Well, let's finish with BritNRG, and that is the most advanced of the direct investments. I believe it'll be the first SPV to be spun out, and it's already profitable. It's already revenue generating, and of course, it has its own board and management in place, and it is looking to expand. So, yeah, give us the story, Rolf.
Well, we went with Pier Paolo. We developed a very precise and concise strategy. And that was that there are a number of onshore UK wells that offer an opportunity. And the first thing we said, well, are we able to actually engage with that opportunity? And the answer was, well, if you're not considered to be an operator by the OGA in the UK as an onshore operator, you're not even going to enter a conversation. So step number one was to find a suitable acquisition, small, that we were going to use as a stepping stone to look at additional acquisitions. And that was executed extremely well by Pier Paolo. And we acquired Sunswept, which is 6 licenses, 3 exploration licenses, 3 producing licenses, 1 well producing around 50 barrels a day, and 2 other, 1 well blocked in, waxed in, that we thought we could get unwaxed quite quickly. So the first thing was get yourself that asset, put it on a footing where you are recognized by the OGA in the UK as an oil operator, onshore oil operator. We've ticked that box. We've got that. Next step is secure the asset. And what I mean by secure the asset is, as I previously said, we seek to invest in undervalued assets. So undervalued assets are undervalued because they have problems. Mm-hmm. And those problems were with the regulators, the problems were with the maintenance on the well. So there were a number of operational issues, fixable, but that needed to be tackled and needed to be addressed. That, in the first 100 days, again, successfully completed. We've got a much better relationship with both the OGA and the HSC than the previous incumbent had. It's still work in progress. There's still ongoing things that we're addressing, and there will always be, but we've got it on a stable footing. We then went and we unwaxed the second well, and we're now at a level where we're producing roughly 110 barrels a day. So again, we're getting there. It's moving upwards. The next stage now is to maintain and develop that asset further. And we believe there's other opportunities where we might be able to bring it up to, let's say, for argument's sake, 350 barrels a day. And there's work that Pier Paolo and his team are currently conducting to see whether that's feasible and realistic. So we're short because we also said we're looking for a target of around 1,000 barrels a day to IPO this. Okay, but that gives us an indication of the gap that we need to fill pre-IPO. And that is going to be done by looking at potential acquisitions. And those are conversations that we're currently in. We're looking at those opportunities at the moment. Let's see, it's always a lengthy process. You look at the opportunities, and we're sticking to very strict criteria to evaluate those. But the idea is that we're working on and we're working towards is very clear: to get BritNRG listed on probably the London Stock Exchange within the next 16 to 18 months.
Okay.
On a target of around 1,000 barrels a day.
Okay.
A lot of work to be done, but that's the path we're on. And we are also making sure that when we do that, MNRG maintains an economic interest in the project itself. So it's not an idea of just spinning it off, taking a bit of money off the table, and goodbye, on we go. No, it's making sure that we stay with it, we work with them, and we can do more things together while maintaining that economic interest in the actual revenue that it is producing.
Okay. And how much revenue are we talking at the moment, Rolf?
If you do your numbers, I think you're talking at around 120, 150,000 a month, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay. Okay. And is that coming back to the group level, or is that staying within BritNRG to help develop?
The way we structure these transactions, or sorry, the way we structure the investments in the SPVs is that there are certain management resources that are being applied to the SPV. So there's a return there of inflowing money. And the way we structure any development capital that they might need could be in a form of a convertible loan note, and those are either convertible on IPO or they're paid back with interest. So there's a recycling of portions, not large amounts, because we want to make sure that we don't starve the SPV, because the SPV needs to build up strength, financial strength, because we're seeking to IPO it. But there is money flowing back into group from BritNRG based on management resources that we're supplying to the SPV, and also interest on certain investments that we've made.
Okay. Okay. And the timeline we're looking at is 16 to 18 months to get it listed. And at that point there, you want to be looking at 1,000 barrels per day.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what we're aiming for, yes.
Okay. And you're confident you have everything in place to achieve that, you think?
Look, sitting here today, yes, but I also know from experience that there are always hurdles and barriers that you have to go through once you're in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And we're dealing with those on a daily basis.
Okay.
The most important aspect here is that we have the resources in place, both within the SPV and MNRG itself as a group, to address those.
Okay.
And so any problems that we encounter, we're at this point confident that we can address them successfully.